I get up early. I get up at 2-ish.
Do you find that you'll encounter them and they have injuries sometimes?
Before that happened, someone asked me if I do feeding every day. The moment I walk away, they're fighting with the cats to get the food, and they don't like each other. You know, and you get older and you have to find new meaning in life, or not. For me, it's become like a calling, almost a practice. It's part of a way of life.
Lumpini Park looks like one of the most peaceful places in Bangkok. Right in the middle of the city's financial district, thousands of people come here every day to run, relax, practice Tai Chi, or simply escape the chaos of the streets for a little while. But hidden in the trees is a crisis that most visitors never see: a growing population of abandoned cats. And for many visitors, they seem like a friendly attraction, but the truth is that most were once pets, and many are sick, starving, or simply fighting to survive in the wild. Helping them is one man named Steve. Every morning, long before most of the city wakes up, he arrives here around 4 o'clock carrying bags of food and supplies, quietly checking on the stray cats that live among the trees and bushes. And today we're going to join him on his route. It's 4:30 a.m. at Lumpini Park in central Bangkok, and I'm here to meet Steve. He's the founder of the Bangkok Street Cat Project, a US-based nonprofit that feeds the stray cats here in Lumpini Park.
This one doesn't really eat my breakfast, but she's sweet. I switched recipes recently. Now we're gonna get some in here. There's 3 or 4. You can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello, hello, good morning. Hello. Are you hungry? What can I offer you? You want a little chicken first, or?
So you'll see here, all the cats look like they're waiting for Steve. They're all hovering around and they immediately swarm him as he comes up. So I think they know him. I think they know him very well. There's another one coming over. What first brought you to Thailand? Where are you from?
Oh, I grew up in California, Los Angeles. You know, I had a corporate job, sort of a salaried position, but I could see that it wasn't gonna last forever. And I sort of late in life, I'm 60, almost 64 now, but in my 50s, I realized I needed to take more control of my financial future, and I was married at the time. And so opened an online store, started sort of a slow travel to Mexico, and never turned back. So I lived in Mexico for 5 years and then moved to Thailand about 3 years ago, first to Chiang Mai and then ultimately here. She has an upset stomach, I think.
So you've only been here for 3 years, but how did you start feeding the cats?
Well, I've always loved cats and dogs and animals, and you know, I'd be feeding my own cats when I had them in Santa Barbara, and then the neighbors' cats would smell the food, so I would feed them.
Hey, little fella.
This one likes to talk a lot, but doesn't always eat the food, do you? When I was in Mexico, in Playa del Carmen, it was COVID, and I started going to the shelter, and it's mostly dogs, but they had a small cat section, and the food was trashed. So I took it on myself to, you know, sort of take care of them. So I guess that's where, I was doing that. I had 10 cats there, and I was fostering cats as well. So I had at one point 7 in my apartment that I was fostering, and I just love taking care of cats. And once I came here and I saw the cats, and I got to bring some food. And then I thought, well, I ran out of food. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to bring more food. And it just started developing. I said, if I'm going to do this, I need to commit to it. And, thus I have this kit now, but it's evolved over time,
So have you been feeding the cats here then for the full 2.5 years?
Oh, no, about 1.5 years. I've been doing it on the daily.
And what time do you wake up to come and feed them?
Well, I like to work out first before I come here. If I don't, then I'll be too tired later. So I get up early. I get up at 2-ish. By 4, I'm ready to come here. The gates open at 4:30. I get a grab scooter. I come over here. Yeah, so then I do 2 hours here, and between 35 and 50 cats I'll encounter. There's a couple of strays at the market. I have a local market I go to near my home where I have breakfast on the weekdays, and there's some strays there, so I make sure I have a little left over, and then I feed them too.
It's a good way to get in the workout, to get in the steps, you know?
Absolutely, it is a good workout in here, getting up and down off the ground. But for me, it's also about like, not a meditation so much as a practice, you know? For me, it's become like a calling almost, a practice. It's part of a way of life.
And why did you choose Bangkok in specific, in Thailand versus, say, Mexico or Central America? Of course, it's a lot closer to the U.S., California.
Right. Once I sold my business about 3.5 years ago, I didn't have the U.S. time zone issue, and I had just come back from Bangkok from a business conference, sold my business, and I said, that's it. I'm going to go to Thailand, because I loved it here, and for a while, I had not a dream, but a vision of maybe living here. You know, the quality of life here is so much superior to many places. You know, people are very friendly. The food is abundant, diverse, and fresh. And food, you know, like to eat well, eat clean, and so forth. So that's good. And the cats, now they've become the reason I'm here. Sometimes the smog and other things about Bangkok do grind on me. And I think of, you know, I'm a beach guy. I love just surfing and waves and all that, but I've made a commitment to this. This guy might like to separate out the bones. Yeah, different.
So in moving to Thailand, what did you find is the biggest challenge, the biggest surprise, change?
I'm not new to travel, so living in different places was making new friends, that's really tough. And you even, I forget when I move from city to city how challenging that is. And so, you know, when I moved to Chiang Mai, I didn't know, I had a few friends in my business community, but a few others. And then here as well, when I moved here, it's like starting over in a way. There's two, oh, hello. Hello, hello. Good morning. They live out over here by the bathroom. I think you will. If you didn't know the difference. What about you? Will you take that one? No? Yes? Oh, you are so picky. You know better, huh?
So when it comes to making friends, what would your recommendation, having lived in multiple places, what's the easiest way to meet people when you're moving around?
You know, I'm the wrong one to ask because I'm not very good at it. But there's groups for everything. So if you like, pickleball, paddleball, salsa dancing, smoking weed, whatever, there's going to be a group for it. So that's something. You find your little, tribe. My tribe is spread out around the world. Business owners, entrepreneurs, weirdos, hippies. I mean, I may not look like it, but I'm not a normie. I sold my business and then I just had nothing really to do, no work to do. My wife passed away, so I didn't have her to take care of. And you get older and you have to find new meaning in life, or not. Many people don't, and they just, I quit drinking 3 years ago. I changed a lot. When I moved from Mexico to Chiang Mai, I did it with intention. I said, I needed to recover from the burnout I allowed myself to experience through just running the business as I did. And so I needed to make changes, and I just committed to losing weight. I lost 70 pounds in about 10 months. That became my project. I said nothing else. I had committed to myself before I sold the business. I said, once I'm out from this, I need to just focus on self-care, And so that's what I did, and I've just maintained that. Want one? I know it looks indelicate, but they like to eat off the ground. And not that I don't want to throw food at them, but they definitely enjoy the game of it.
Every time we take a few steps, a group of cats will just rush out at Steve. They all clearly recognize him. And it's part of their daily life just as much as it's part of Steve's daily life, I think. I see what you mean when you make the commitment to do it. you know, they're all now waiting, and they understand, they remember.
Yeah, I've created a problem for myself, huh? The expectation on their part.
And do you see the big gaps in the personalities on friendliness?
Oh yeah, well, it's partly how you approach them. Yeah, they have diverse personalities, I guess. Depends on how they were raised, their experience in life. This one I've been feeding for a year and a half. Always in this one area, very small range. You want anything? You want somebody? Now, these ones they have other feeders that come along here. This one woman we might encounter, a Thai lady. Hello. Good morning. Hello. What do you want?
Do you find that you'll encounter them and they have injuries sometimes?
Yeah, I mean, she's in pain for sure. Sometimes I don't know what happened here, but they'll have, I mean, these ones look really healthy. If they can only just be in the system, they could be adopted. I mean, they need to be vaccinated and fixed, but a lot of them have skin ailments and
do sometimes they go missing, or you'll...
Yeah, there are a lot of cats that I was feeding that just don't show up. New ones show up on their own, and then, in fact, I think some of them are brought here. There was a colony that just showed up one day, and many of them had like fresh tippings of the ear, which is and even tape on the belly, which are signs that they were fixed. And I had someone before that happened, someone asked me if I do feeding every day. So I think they were doing a little surveillance and decided to do a dump. These siblings, I don't really have a name for them, but they do like chicken. One of them, she asked about personalities. They're the same cat, but this one is like totally shy, and this one wants to play, you know?
Yeah, you can see that. He's very skittish over here.
Yeah. And it's funny because I've been feeding her for months, not months, she's only a few months old, but 6 months maybe. What do you want? I know what you want. You guys have big appetite. Yeah, you do. That's right. Ooh, I love when they do that.
Do you see the same people here on a daily basis? The joggers, the workers, the security guards?
Yeah, there's a lot of regulars.
So it becomes the Lumpini community, and you're the cat feeder, the 4:30 a.m. cat feeder.
I guess, but I'm not really, I'm known, but I'm not. There's a few people I say hi to, but I'm not like, I'm not Thai. And they're the Thai people that are coming out this hour. So there's the mate. See, the moment you'll see what happens is I'm gonna feed this one, and then this one will come over and say, nuh-uh, no, feed me instead. Oh, what's that? I know you so well, so aggro, aren't you? Always aggro. I'm not unaware that I'm a potential vector of disease. It's a compromise, but you know, because I'm moving from cat to cat, so I'm a perfect vector, but even still, certain compromises have to be made. All of those cats, if they have anything, they're sharing it. But then I move to a different colony, I don't want to be carrying it and transmitting it to another. So I try to do a little cleanup between colonies. There was a little kitten right in here for the last couple of weeks. It's moved on, I guess. And there's an old mama too, lots of skin wounds. But she's not here yet. But this is her stomping ground, this corner.
It's interesting how early people get up in Bangkok.
I'll tell you, I used to come here when the sun came up. That when I first started, I was doing normal people hours sort of. But the thing is, at that time, the ravens become active. Right now, the ravens are just sleeping or waking up, but when the sun's up, I'd put the food down and the ravens would come down, and the moment I walk away, they're fighting with the cats to get the food and, you know, grabbing at their tail, and the cats just walk away. So I just thought I'd come earlier and avoid the ravens. And that's sort of how the early start time It's dispersed, but there used to be like 10 cats that lived right around this building when it was being remodeled. Still one. We're gonna meet Jeannie. She's OG. You're new to this territory. She's only been coming around here for a week or so. Well, you're new to this part of the neighborhood, aren't you? You like that? Well, you do. Fancy that. I'll give you some more. Hello, Jeannie. Don't get too close. She's very shy. Come here, girl. Hello. Months of work. She used to run away from me. She'll jump in a second. She's relaxed, but she's very skittish. Probably a rough life. Try not to disturb them once we get them eating, you know? Hello. Oh, hissing and every morning. I don't know how he gets in and out, but sometimes he's behind the wall and all I hear is the meowing. All right, this one is a big boy cataract guy. He won't let me touch him, but he knows I have the food. And this one is on the boundary line, always right on the edge. And they don't like each other. And he doesn't even eat much. This one will eat. This one will eat. You're hungry. This one doesn't, are you gonna eat that or not? No? That one's sort of fringe, you know, not a regular. Oh, you're hungry for more, huh? Can I offer you a few bones?
Are they skittish because they've had bad experiences, or?
That, and he's almost blind. He has cataracts in both eyes, so. But yeah, you know, who knows? They end up here. Some of them have had rough lives, I can only imagine. Hello.
You have these little shops like over here, and are they able to sort of feed off those shops during the day?
Yeah, that's why the cats live there, because they know they can get food. And there's probably about 20 cats, just 25 all around here. Hello, good morning. This guy's one of the feeders, but he told me that he's homeless. Thai guy. That's why all of these ones are just so chill, because they've already eaten.
So Steve has a registered nonprofit in the United States, right?
Yeah, that's correct. It's Wyoming state-based nonprofit with IRS tax-exempt status, 501c3. So yeah, and there's, I set up a PayPal giving fund so people can donate in USD, and then I get my cat food from a local shop here, Pink Paws, a local Thai shop. And so locals can donate Thai baht for just direct purchases of cat food from her, from the shop. I spend about $400 a month on cat food, or now chicken, and you know, it's fine. It's not about getting donations. All that would help. If I had more money, I might be able to hire a vet to come out here, although I've tried that last year. This is midnight. Yeah, so I created the nonprofit to try to generate some interest and maybe get some help to the cats, more than I can do. I shouldn't be in the way of the people though. All right, how about if I just leave you a little taste? I know. May I help you? Are you just gonna follow me the whole way? This big guy, he has a mate. These two are friends. Good morning. Hello. So gnarly.
Up above, the ravens are starting to wake up as the sun's coming out. And that's why Steve's out here so early to get in front of the ravens, because they'll take all the food.
Our exit gate, that's where we started, right up there. So basically this is where I do a little cleanup before I go home.
So I want to thank Steve for showing us the world of the stray cats, feeding the stray cats here in Bangkok. And if you want to check out his nonprofit organization, I'll leave a link in the description. You could come and volunteer, help out, or donate to contribute to the cause.